We're continuing to track the increasing debt loads, from mortgages to credit cards, that U.S. households appear to be taking on. So far, most people are paying these obligations off on time. Another type of debt we're following, home equity lines of credit. Out of favor for some time, they're back and on the rise, which is hardly surprising. If you're suddenly paying more for everything and you find yourself house rich but cash poor, it has got to be tempting to tap that equity. So let's update things with the most recent data. According to housing researcher Black Knight, the amount of equity people have in their homes hit a record high for the 10th consecutive time in Q2, climbing to $11.5 trillion, up $500 billion from Q1 and $2.3 trillion from the same time last year. Equity-rich homes with a mortgage increased to 48.1% in Q2. That's up from 44.9% in Q1 and 34.2% in Q2 of 2021. Only 1 out of 34 residential mortgages were considered seriously underwater in Q2 of this year. So existing homeowners, especially the ones who secured low rates prior to 2022, are sitting pretty. As home prices come down, so will home equity. However, it's still something to keep an eye on, because with all of this equity, an increasing number of people are taking out home equity lines of credit. An increasing number of house-rich folks are tapping that equity. For example, at Bank of America, total home equity originations, i.e. loans and lines of credit, hit $4.6 billion as of the 6 months ending June 30th, 2022. That's up from $1.7 billion in the same timeframe last year, a 171% increase. Between Q1 and Q2 of this year, home equity originations increased roughly 24% from $2 billion to $2.5 billion. That's welcome news for Bank of America. This fresh home equity lending helps offset a 13.2% decrease in first mortgage originations during the same period. Between the first 2 quarters of 2022, first mortgage activity is down 11.5%. The bottom line is this. As the graph indicates, overall home equity originations are down so far this year. However, this is because of the decreasing popularity of cash-out refinancing due to high interest rates. Amid record home prices, there's all of this equity making HELOCs and home equity loans the options of choice to secure some extra cash on the back of your dwelling. What are these homeowners doing with the money? We can only assume some are making upgrades, remodeling. In fact, renovation spending appears to be headed for record highs by the end of the year. However, given overall inflation and the cost of a slice of pizza, some of this equity turned into cash in the bank could be going to cover everyday expenses and/or discretionary spending. We'll keep our eyes on both sides of this housing meets debt coin and update the situation accordingly.